Hello dears, welcome to English classes at Radhika Rinesh. The broken mirror, the black cat and lots of good luck. Can you guess anything? Yes, it's about our blind beliefs or superstitions, which is a chapter written by Chris Ross and it is prescribed for the VAC for commerce students. Introduction. The Broken Mirror, The Black Cat and Lots of Good Luck is a humorous yet thought-provoking short story that explores the themes of superstition, belief, luck and self-confidence. We know that some things are being considered as bad luck and some other things are considered as good luck. It is a commonly believed things in our society and we do not know who has proposed these things are good omens and these are bad omens. There is the persons who have proposed or find out these elements are still unknown, yet it's a common belief. We know in this chapter, in a very humorous way, all the superstition, belief, luck, and self confidence are being discussed by the author. Through the life of an ordinary man named Nikos, the author examines how human psychology works when faced with the traditional superstitions. So we know that even in our society, we consider certain elements are ill omens or bad luck for us if we are trying to go to some place and if we see a black cat, it is considered as an ill omen and it is not so good uh, that is seeing a black cat as we are going to somewhere. So this is considered as a black cat. So is there any relationship between good luck and black cat? We do not know anything regarding and we cannot scientifically prove it. But if we see a black cat in our way, what will happen? Naturally, we will lose all our confidence and we will begin to think that okay, it's an ill omen and nothing will happen if I go there, nothing will good will happen. Okay, so this is the mentality of people. So in this chapter also that is the author is presenting a man by name Nikos and his psychology is being examined with these elements, these good and bad elements. Here, what the author is trying to convey is that luck may not be connected to magical forces, but rather to a person's mindset and confidence. We cannot say that okay we have good luck because we have seen certain things because we know that some things like a cow is a very good omen uh, but it is all about our self confidence and mindset, not the outer situations or the elements that we came across. So, Chris Ross is a contemporary journalist and short story writer known for his simpler yet meaningful storytelling. His storytelling is very simple but meaningful. Like this chapter, he is trying to convey a lot of innovation to the society and he is trying to eradicate or erase all the superstitious elements in the society. His writing style is clear and accessible as he is writing in a very simple language. His writing style is still clear and accessible. Accessible means one may understand his writing very easily. He often uses humor and irony to discuss serious themes related to everyday life. So, with the help of humor and irony, irony means the opposite meaning to discuss serious themes related to everyday life. So, he is discussing about the things happening in our day to day life. In the story, Rose skillfully uses ordinary events to explore deeper psychological truths about the beliefs, doubt, and human behavior. So, he is taking themes of his writing from the ordinary life. That is the things that we used to come across in our life or we used to have to face in our life. He is telling more psychological truths rather than our beliefs or doubts. We know that It's human. In this chapter, he is proving that it is human psychology. By seeing an ill omen, our psychology or our mindset will get down, and our self-confidence will lose. And that is why we are facing such bad luck. Okay, it is not because of the elements or the creatures that we see while we are traveling, but it is our mindset, okay, which is acting as a villain. Let's go through the story. So it is about Nikos. Nikos is an ordinary man. He is living a simple and normal life. Nothing extremely good or bad happens to him. That is, he is self-confident, and he does not think that the things happen in his life is due to luck, or things won't happen in his life due to bad luck or something. He accepts the life as it comes. Okay, he is ready to face any situation because he believes that it's a part of his life. He strongly believes that superstition is nonsense. He is not at all ready to believe that is things happening in his life is due to some omens. Okay, omens means some intuitions or illusions, but everything is nonsense. That is, superstition is nonsense. Everything is uh, everything is happening by chance. He considers himself rational and practical. He's a very rational. Rational means a person who is thinking with reason, with his intellect, with his brain, and practical. Not at all thinking so much imaginary things like superstition and all other irritating things, or that is we blind beliefs and something. Here, the author is pointing out some of the elements that cause bad luck, or which are considered as ill omen in our society. But our hero is not at all ready to believe that breaking a mirror causes bad luck. It is even in our society. It's an ill omen. People used to say that breaking a mirror will cause bad luck to us, and seeing a black cat is unlucky. If we are going somewhere and we see a black cat, we will feel that okay, nothing will happen, nothing good will happen if I am going to that place. So this is a common belief in our society, but this person is not at all ready to accept this fact that black cat is unlucky. Walking under a ladder brings misfortune. Okay, that is, it was a common belief that if a person is walking under a ladder, it will get misfortune or bad luck to him. Then spilling salt causes trouble, and I think in our society, spilling mustard is which causes bad trouble, or something like bad luck to the home, etc. That is, maybe it is in their society they believe that spilling salt causes trouble. So anyway, this person is not ready to believe all these things. He thinks these beliefs are foolish. Okay, so Nikos is telling that that's all these elements are quite natural, right? Black cats should move into that is, black cats should have to walk, right? Okay, they should that is, they are creatures, so they are a part of the ecosystem. They should have to move, right? What if we come across that black cat, or we see a black cat in our way? Is it its problem? No, it is our mentality should have to be changed. So this person Nikos is telling that everything is being happening due to chance, not because of our good luck or bad luck, ill omen or bad omen, etc. We have already said about Nikos, and he is not at all ready to accept all the superstitious elements in the society, like ill omen and good omen. But something unhappy or something unlucky has happened in his life one day. That is, his bathroom mirror falls and breaks into pieces. Then the salt container slips from his hand and spills on the floor. That is, we know that it is considered as bad luck or trouble. And he sees black cat running across his path while he was going somewhere. A black cat is crossing over. So and he walks under a ladder on the street, then these are bad luck symbols, right? A common man will believe that these are bad omens or real omens, and something bad luck will happen in his life. So we know that Nikos is not at all ready to believe or accept all these ill omens, but his inner self began to feel something bad will happen to him. Okay, it shows that his inner conscious is always aware of these unlucky uh, omens or unlucky signs. It is due to the mindset of the society. He is very much influenced by the external society. They used to believe and spread these ideas very strongly. That is why he began to think like this. So, what about the society? How did they accept or how did they respond to these elements that happened in Nico's life? His colleagues warned him that something bad will happen. Okay, when Nikos told his friends and colleagues that these elements had happened in this morning to me, his colleagues warned him that okay, sure, it's for sure something ill will happen to you, bad luck will happen to you. His friends are not at all ready to sit around him in the taverna. Taverna means the restaurant. Everyone expects a disaster. Maybe they were expecting some disaster will cause to this person because, and it will spread over to them also. This part of the story shows how strongly society believes in superstitions and how group psychology works, and all of them are discouraging this man Nikos very much, and he is slightly influenced by their thoughts and their imaginations and their warnings. On the contrary, unexpected twists happened in his life that day, which proved that all these elements and superstitions are outdated. We should not believe in such elements. What happened to Nikos in that day? There is nothing bad happens to him. He was lucky inside. He plays cards and wins. Okay, he got a lot of money out of playing cards. He plays dice and wins again. Okay, then he buys lottery tickets and he wins all three major lottery prizes. Everything happened so positive in the life of Nikos during that day, even though he had to came across with all bad elements or bad omens in his life, right? Okay, this is the turning point of the story. That is, the bad luck events bring extraordinary good luck to Nikos. It's extraordinary and it is unexpected, you know. And the irony is clear. What is considered unlucky actually brings success. So here, even his colleagues and friends warned him that something unlucky will happen to you. Surely this will happen to you. But everything has happened very positively to Nikos. So here, in through this story, the author is trying to uh, tell that all these superstitions are baseless. This made a kind of transformation in the life of Nikos. After this win, and he became a very much confident, and he buys a book on superstitions and understood the fact that a lot of superstitious elements are there in our society, and he decides to deliberately perform unlucky actions. Okay, he wanted to prove that all these elements, all these superstitions are baseless. For that purpose, he began to do certain things like he breaks mirrors on purpose, and he spills salt and oil, and he sleeps with his feet facing the door. That is, it's considered as very unlucky in his society. That is, one should not uh, sleep as his feet is facing to the door or entrance, and he leaves his hat and wallet on the bed, which was also considered so unlucky or ill, as a symbol of bad luck in that society. And we know that certain numbers like 6 and 13 are considered as unlucky, and he purposefully bought those numbers. Okay, and the more he breaks superstitions, what happened to Nico's life, the luckier he becomes. He became very successful, and he wins again in gambling and lottery. He got a lot of money. That is, we know that why the author is telling about gambling and lottery, because they are purely bound to good luck, right? Okay, only a person with a good luck can win gambling and lottery. So even though he has performed all these things very purposefully, he has won the gambling and lottery. He won lotteries. Okay, he got a lot of money, so he has broken all the blind beliefs. And we know that with a humorous way, this creates some comic elements in this story. So the author is trying to convey a meaningful uh, situation, that is, there is no point in believing such superstitions, and ill omens and bad omens are created by humans. Okay, it's a creation of the society or humans. There is nothing in believing such superstitions. So, what happens in the climax? Nikos proudly declares that superstition is nonsense, and he explains to his friends that he has performed all the bad luck or elements in his life purposefully and nothing happened. But one of his friends pointed out that Nikos is carefully performing superstitions. Okay, even though he wanted to prove that he is not at all a believer of such superstitions, he is practicing superstitions. Okay, that is, he is performing all the elements in his life. That is, his disbelief is acting according to superstition. Okay, he is also under these superstitions. That is why he wanted to prove that this is baseless. His disbelief has become another form of belief, according to his friend, and it is the philosophical center of the story. So here Nikos is doing all the elements or performing all the elements in his life, but nothing happened. Everything has become positive in his life. So by doing all these things, actually what he is doing, he is performing all these superstitions in his life. Okay, that is, even though a person is a non-believer, then he or she will follow the beliefs in order to prove that, at least in order to prove that those beliefs are baseless. After this comment, Nico stopped uh, deliberately breaking superstitions. And what happened to his life? His life has turned into normal. He stops win lotteries and gambling. And his friend explained to him it was not because of the ill omens, but because of his self confidence he has won all those games. That is, by breaking all these things, all these superstitions, he became positive. That self confidence has turned everything positive in his life. Okay, anyway, at last, Nikos is telling, or he is thinking himself that what will happen? He didn't broke that mirror that day. Everything is happening after a broken mirror, right? That is, he has broken a mirror. Then a lot of things had to face in his life. Lilaments were there in that day, and he became successful. And after that, he bought a book on superstition, and he performed each and everything which are prescribed as Ilaman in his life, and he became very successful because of his self confidence. He has turned into a positive man, and everything positive has happened in his life after that. The major themes are superstition versus rationality. So we know that some superstitions or traditional beliefs will be there in each and every society. So people should have to think with their reason if it is true or not. Power of self confidence. When Nikos believed he would be lucky, he became confident, right? Okay, confidence helped him take risks like gambling. That is why he won in gambling, and a positive kind of energy has created in his mind due to his self-confidence that made him a winner. So what is luck? Luck is not by chance. It's a product of mindset, risk taking, and positive thinking. Only a person whose mindset is positive uh, will be lucky, and only a person who is doing something risky will become lucky, and positive thinking is very important in getting luck in life. The irony of this story, that is bad luck brings good fortune, that is opposites are happening here, and disbelief becomes belief. That is actually he is not a believer, and due to his disbelief he is performing all these things, but it has turned into a kind of belief. That is he began to believe that if he has done all these elements he will become successful, right? That is, disbelief becomes a kind of belief here. Rationality leads to rational behavior. So his reason, okay, leads to irrational. With his reason, he began to perform certain irrational without reason. That is, he began to believe in those omens. Uh, that is in the opposite version, anyhow. Then society influences individual thinking. Even if a person rejects superstition, repeated warnings created doubt. So, there is persons are maybe they are claiming themselves to be disbelievers, but in their inner self they will believe or they are believers. The author has used certain symbols in the story to reveal the idea so clearly. So let's analyze the symbols and its meaning. Broken mirror, it's an element and fear of long-term misfortune. Black cat, cultural belief in bad luck. That is, even in our society, we believe such things are elements. Then ladder, risk and uncertainty. That while walking under a ladder is so misfortune. Then lottery, we know that pure chance. That is only persons who have good luck will win the lotteries. Book of superstitions, that is human curiosity and psychological search for meaning. That is why this person Nikos has bought this book. Taverna, taverna means a restaurant, a social influence and community pressure. That is, he is influenced by the opinion of his friends in the taverna. Okay, so taverna. It's a microcosm of the society. The society that is a social setup is there in a taverna. A lot of people with different mindsets are come and go in a taverna. What's the message of the story? That is, self confidence creates opportunity. Everything is dependent upon one's self confidence. Belief influence our behavior. Okay, belief are always belief is very important because it influences our behavior, human behavior. Extreme belief or extreme disbelief can both control a person. This person Nikos is an extreme disbeliever, but in another way he has become a believer, right? Then luck may be psychological rather than supernatural. Okay, that is our self confidence or our positivity make everything so positive in our life. So the here the story suggests balance. Neither blind belief nor blind rejection is healthy. That is, we should have to think with our reason. That's very important. So hope you have understood the story. After listening to this video, I recommend you to read the textbook, and it will give you a lot of meaning. Okay, it's better to write down notes while you are listening this video. Okay, thank you. Thank you for listening.